That's rough.
And the losing streak for the Colts has come to a close. They're now 4-5-1. And the Raiders have lost their third in a row and go to 2-2.
Wow, that's fucking rough.
And the flight home to Indy tonight will be something to remember for Jet Saturday.
Wow. Wow. Ridiculous, to say the least. Awful. I mean, y'all got what y'all wanted, though. Because a lot of y'all wanted the Raiders to lose anyway. Because y'all want that high draft pick. So I know some people are not disappointed. But wow, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Wow. I just can't believe I be watching this shit. And wow. Crazy. All right, man. Get y'all shit off. Get y'all Foster. Yeah. He's definitely got to catch that pass.
CBS Sports presents the Geico Play of the Day.
Just awful. Make sure we hit them likes, man. Make sure y'all subscribe to the channel. Make sure y'all hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. That was bad. How the fuck do you let Matt Ryan's old ass run for a 40-yard run on 3rd and 5? That cannot happen, man. Foster Moreau, your quarterback gives you a chance for the go-ahead touchdown in the 4th quarter, and you can't come up with that pass? On top of that, McDaniels has to know that on 4th down, they are going to blitz. Like, they're going to bring pressure and not let you sit back there because they want to disrupt the short routes anyway. You know they're blitzing and every guy you have on the field is going to the end zone? It's a bad play call, man. Like, your quarterback doesn't have many options there. He's falling off his back foot. He's got to throw it up. Like, you cannot let Matt Ryan run for 40 yards on 3rd and 5. It just can't happen. And I'm getting real sick and tired of the narrative that the defense ain't supposed to be good for whatever reason y'all keep saying. You don't have to be a good defense to not let that shit happen.
The new season of Celebrity IOU is incredible. More feel-good surprises, more amazing transformations.
That's awful. That's awful. I mean, you get all the way down there, and you get an opportunity to go ahead and you get two drops on the drive. You get two drops. Cause I think on 2nd down we got a drop to what's his name? I don't even know his name. 84. I don't know what the hell was up with that. He drops the ball, and then you get Foster Moreau in the end zone, who's usually reliable. He drops the ball. The game shouldn't. Look. We all want to talk about what Carr could have did on 4th and 6. We all want to talk about that. It shouldn't come down to that. There is not a quarterback in the NFL that consistently has to make up for the deficiencies of a franchise, man. Y'all got to stop doing that shit. This is the type of game where people get fired. We got 400 people in the chat, man. I appreciate everybody for pulling up. Make sure we hit them likes. Make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit me up on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. I mean, listen, I know I get criticized for being a stan, and everybody thinks that I stick up for Carr. Like, look, Carr played like shit predominantly the whole 1st quarter, maybe the first 17 minutes of the game. But at the end, Carr made enough plays to put us in a position to where other people have to make plays too. This is not basketball. This is not basketball where you have Michael Jordan and you just say, here's the ball, we're all going to watch you go get it done. This ain't that. This is a team sport, man. Derek Carr is giving people opportunities to make plays. They're not making plays. They're not making the plays. It says I has a super chat, but I can't see it. I don't know what. Maybe he rescinded that shit. I don't know. Who was the guy number 58 who didn't jump on the ball? I think that was Butler. But I mean, look, bad shit happens to bad teams. Oh, here we go. It popped up now. Oh, okay. Hey, Jay, appreciate the super. How does any veteran on this team buy in to this coaching staff when they just went to the playoffs? Beyond me, this team is trash. You ain't lying. It's hard to buy in, man. It's hard to buy in. And at the end of the day, they're all grown men. They're professional athletes. I think that the players have to find a way to make plays. So as bad as I think the coaching is, I don't think we lost this game because of coaching, man. I don't think we lost this game because of coaching. Those is grown men, and they're professional athletes. And when their number is called, they have to make the play. They have to make the play, man. Foster Moreau has to make that catch. Raiders 805. First of all, you're not disagreeing with me because I never said Carr doesn't have to go. Please get off my dick about the Derek Carr situation. I did not say Derek Carr doesn't have to go. So don't come in here saying, oh, I disagree with you. Derek Carr needs to go. I never said he doesn't. But you can't tell me that he didn't make a good throw to Foster Moreau and Foster Moreau dropped the fucking ball. Like, come on now. Carr blows, yeah, because Carr was on defense all day. He should have tackled Ryan. I always want to say Eva. I'm sorry. Mia, I'm sorry if I say your name wrong. But appreciate the super. And yeah, exactly. I mean, it's the Derek Carr situation is tough because it's not that I disagree with everything everybody's saying about Derek Carr. It's just that when you want to make that the only topic of the conversation, I don't want to fucking have a conversation with you. All right, that's just not the way I want to. Like, we can't have a conversation. Like, that's like me having an issue with a person and trying to talk to the person. That person say, well, it's 100% your fault. Well, then we don't need to have a conversation. Because if there's no fault on your side, then what are we talking about? We just going to talk about me fucking up? I don't want to have that conversation. You see what I'm saying? So, not that Derek Carr isn't at fault, but if you want to have a conversation and say Derek Carr is the only reason, that's not a conversation I'm going to have. That's not a conversation I'm going to have. This is terrible, man. This is the worst. This is the worst. This is the worst. Foster has to make that catch. You talk about ball placement. The ball was right where it had to be because the defender is on him. His head is turned, so you have to put the ball on one side of the defender's head. He put it on the side where both hands are at. You got to make that catch. Foster has to make that catch. He almost dropped the first touchdown he had. Aaron, appreciate the super. I guess everyone didn't see that pass through Cole's hands. That's not on Carr. Not to mention Butler had a damn fumble in his hands. That's a fact. That's a fact. That's a fact, man. At the end of the day, Cole drops a pass. Foster drops a touchdown. 3rd and 5. You cannot let old-ass Matt Ryan run for 39 yards. Can't let it happen, man. You can't let that happen. Was that pass interference on the last play on Adams? I don't think so. I don't think so. You know why? Because Adams didn't go make a play on the ball. You know what I'm saying? I think pass interference has to be, you have to get some type of advantage. I don't think the contact gave either person an advantage. I think Devontae is so nonchalant that like he's like one of those, I'm gonna wait for the last minute. He has late hands. A lot of receivers, if you played football before, receivers know that like it's good to have late hands because the DBs that are playing in man coverage don't turn around too soon. So I think he was going with late hands and was just gonna let the ball drop in. And so you're not gonna get a PI call. Now if he had went to jump for it, I think you might have saw a little bit different situation. Honcho, my biggest thing is that our coaches show no fire. I mean, I don't think you can say that just on the strength of they went for it on 4th down multiple times. I mean, the biggest plays of the game to me were the big run by Jonathan Taylor for a touchdown, the big run by Matthew Stafford on 3rd and 5. The next play, they scored a touchdown. Those are the two biggest plays. I'm not saying we lost the game because it's the defense's fault. I'm just pointing out that there's certain things that defense can't do on the NFL level. Like, what the fuck are we talking about? Some of y'all are so sensitive because it's like, I don't know what you have invested in this team or what percentage of stocks you hold in the defense. I don't give a fuck. The defense is terrible. And even them being terrible, the offense still had a chance to win the game if they make plays. But certain players have to make plays too. If Derek Carr throws an interception on the last play of the game, you'll blame Derek Carr for throwing an interception. But how come we're not blaming anybody who dropped the fucking touchdown? %81 offense fault. Yeah, I don't know about that, bro. I don't even feel like reading the rest of your shit. Scapegoat in DC, while we've got the worst coaching staff in the league by a mile. I mean, I don't know, because I don't think poor coaching is why Foster Moreau dropped the touchdown. That's the thing. It's like multiple things can be right. Like, you're right in saying that, but still, at the end of the day, no matter how bad the defense is, no matter how bad the coaching is, Foster Moreau has to make a play when your quarterback dials it up for you. You had to. Like to me, like I'm not into like people losing their jobs, but at the end of the day, this is the type of loss where somebody should lose their job. And if it's not McDaniels, it has to be Patrick Graham, man. I don't give a fuck, man. I know he's playing with backup players, but you see Matt Ryan breaking the pocket, somebody has to come up. That wasn't pass interference on the last play. It was not. Stop. I play quarterback and cornerback. That's not pass interference. Devontae didn't make a play on the fucking ball, and the DB got his hand on the ball. Like, he's allowed the same space. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's not pass interference. Devontae probably should just went up for the ball a little more aggressively. Cole dropped the pass on second down that would have got us a first down. We might not have been in position on fourth down. Your weekend is ruined. Everybody talking about Bryce Young season, like, bro. Hey, I don't understand, y'all. Like, some of y'all smoke glass, yo. Because at the end of the day, y'all sit here and say how terrible Josh McDaniels is as a coach, and then you'll be like, "But let's go get a rookie quarterback." Well, that doesn't make Josh McDaniels any better as a coach. So now you just want to lose with a rookie quarterback. There's certain we didn't lose the game because the quarterback position. We didn't lose the game. We didn't lose this game for the quarterback because of the quarterback position. Period. Chad, appreciate the super. Play calling is the biggest issue we should have. Is the biggest issue. We should have ran the ball there on 1st and 10. Instead, we passed deep and ended up 2nd and 10. But last drive was on Foster. I agree and disagree with some of those points. But yes, we should have utilized the run a little bit. If you know you're going to go for it on 4th down, if you know you're going to, if 4th down territory, then yes, you don't abandon the run. Don't go for a touchdown on 4th and 7. He didn't have a choice. That's what I don't know what you wanted Carr to do on 4th and 7 when he's getting blitzed. He's got to put the ball in the air and give him a chance. If he takes any longer to hold that ball, he gets sacked. So you guys want a new head coach and a new quarterback. All right, okay. That makes more sense. Honcho, if a high school coach beat us, I say let's get you in deep. Yo, I can do more with this defense. I ain't lying. I can do more. The Carr apologist. I mean, I'm sure his name is in your mouth way more than it's in mine, Playboy. I can promise you that. So you might as well go somewhere else with all that. I can't even pronounce your fucking name, boy. I don't know what that shit say. We need to rebuild this shit show. Yeah, but you got to rebuild with the right pieces. You can't rebuild a house with fucking paper mache and think that it's going to weather the storm. And some people don't really put the time into trying to figure out what it is that the team needs. It's just everybody's emotional. Everybody wants to get rid of everybody. We didn't lose that game because of bad coaching. We didn't lose that game because of a bad quarterback. We lost that game because we lack playmakers in certain positions, period. Mace, what's up with it, my boy? Another game. Appreciate the super, first of all. Another game where our holes are exposed. Pause. Bad O-line penalties, defense absent, hard to score 25 plus with the flags, and so many 1st and longs. Yeah, we went 1st and 20 a few times. And understand, I'm not saying that we shouldn't move on from Derek Carr. But I just think it's mad corny that no matter how the fuck the Raiders lose, like no matter how they lose, it's gotta get rid of Derek Carr. Like, get a fucking life, bro. Get a life or a clue. One or the other. Raider Jesse, what's up with it? Honcho, Mark Davis went to the locker room. Josh better be gone. I mean, look, something's got to happen. We have enough to get wins on defense. We just ain't getting it done. Listen. The fact that we continue to give up points with 45 seconds left in the half is just fucking terrible, man. It's terrible. It's terrible. Derek Carr is the problem, but he's also not the solution. Yeah, that's some dumb shit. That's some dumb shit. I know that, like, people have been running with that. People have been saying that before, but, like, that's dumb. That's dumb. That's dumb. Because at the end of the day, he might not be the problem, right? Okay, but he's also not the solution. Does that mean he can't be part of the solution? Does that mean he can't be part of the problem? Like, what the fuck are you talking about? With all due respect, like, that shit sounds like mad poetic and shit, but it's really dumb. Because at the end of the day, we lost the Tennessee Titans game because when Darren Waller dropped the fucking touchdown that turned into a pick. We lost today because a touchdown was an incomplete pass. Those are 2 more wins, right? We've blown double-digit leads in 3 games. So, like, when you say he's not part of the problem, but he's not the problem, but he's also not the solution, you don't know what the fucking solution is. You don't know what the solution is, so how can you say he's not part of it? We lost to an ESPN analyst. McDaniels has to go. Darren, you ain't lying. You ain't lying. That's just fucking stupid. Like, he's not the problem, but he's also not the solution. Like, you thought that shit was mad in depth, like that made you part of the 1%. Like, no, that shit is dumb. That shit is dumb. You know this QB ain't the solution? Maybe. Maybe he's not. But don't say it just because it sounds cool. Bring some actual evidence to it. Like, at the end of the day, like, what does the quarterback have to do with Matt Ryan running for fucking 39 yards on 3rd and 5? Like, come on. Like, shit is crazy. We have to do better as a nation. We have to do better than that as a nation. Yeah, we do. My Dolphins are really good, by the way. Blank man, I don't know. Y'all motherfuckers are tweaking. Y'all want Stroud? Cool. Lamar Jackson? Cool. Carr will win us games, but he's not winning us a Super Bowl. I mean, that's also dumb. Motherfuckers just pull shit out their ass. That's a fact, yo. They just be saying shit. If we were tanking, I don't think Devontae would be running as hard as he's playing as hard as he's playing. Josh Jacobs is playing as hard as he can. Carr is playing as hard as he can. Max Crosby is playing as hard as he can. Like, at the end of the day, Steve, what's up with it? Carr threw for 5 yards in the entire first half, though. He played like shit in the first quarter. I said that already. 5 yards isn't accurate, though, but he played like shit in the first quarter, for sure. Mace, appreciate the super. We have no defensive great talent besides Max. Yeah, but you don't need great talent on defense. You have to have a scheme. Like the scheme has to work. Like the Colts, like, some of those players in the secondary are not all that great. But the way they have it schemed up, it helps them. Chad, appreciate the super. Carr's not the reason we lost. Bad play calls, penalties, and people that can't catch the ball are the reason. But to me, that falls on bad coaching. You got a point there. Obi, appreciate the super. Bump drafting a QB if we don't draft best defense available. That's a fact. I'm with you on that. Like, I'm okay. Look, like, I keep saying this, and I know people don't believe it. I'm okay if we move on from Derek Carr. I'm okay with that. But that doesn't make it okay that every time we lose a game, that's the reason y'all think we lost when it's not. Like, that's just corny as fuck to me. Like, that's just corny, yo. Like, y'all got to do better. That's just an easy target. Let's blame Derek Carr, because I know 1,000 people are going to like the tweet. I know 1,000 people are going to watch my video. So if I just talk shit about Derek Carr, everybody's going to think I know what I'm talking about because they think the same thing. I don't give a fuck if you think what I'm thinking. I'm telling you what it is. We didn't lose that game because we didn't have a good quarterback. That's not why we lost that game. All right? We didn't. All right, because having a good quarterback didn't change the fact that we didn't get the stop on 3rd and 5, that we didn't stop him for the touchdown before that. We let Jonathan Taylor run for a 70-yard touchdown untouched, and Foster Moreau dropped the fucking pass. Cole dropped the pass. All those things didn't happen because we have a bad quarterback. So all I'm saying is, if you want to move on for Carr, I'm cool with that. But don't act like he's the reason we've been losing every game. Travis, appreciate the super honcho. We're hiring you for defensive coordinator. Don't let the door hit PG on the way out and smack McDaniels in the mouth for us. I would definitely slap the shit out of McDaniels. He looked like he was scared as shit on the sideline with the play. The game is on the line. This motherfucker's holding his face like, oh, Lord, what play am I going to call? Like, bitch, you should already have the play ready. Carr misses his targets. Did Carr miss his fucking target when it hit Foster Moreau in both hands? Did it miss his target? Like, motherfucker, I don't know what y'all be doing with these little 7th grade educations, man. Cedric, appreciate the super. Coaching, point blank. Coaching is bad, but even with bad coaching, we should have won this game. Talking scheme, coach ranked top 10. Thanks to Gus. Exactly. Obi, appreciate it. Yeah. God, listen. This, whatever the fuck your name is, okay, does Carr throw bad passes? Yes. Has Carr underthrown passes? Yes. Does Carr overthrow passes? Yes. All those things are true. That's not why we lost this game. Stay focused, brother. Stay focused, okay? Stay on the present moment, the game that we just lost. We did not lose because of Derek Carr. Come on now. Okay, but I ain't going to blame Derek for this. Okay, we good. Cole dropped the wide open catch. He sure did. We as a fan base overrate our talent. It's not that we overrate our talent. It's you underrate coaching. You underrate coaching. You think everybody can be a coach. Everybody looks like a coach. Well, he talks like a coach. He dresses like a coach. That motherfucker drives a car that a coach would drive. Doesn't make you a coach. Right? I don't think we overrate our talent. I think we underrate how important coaching is. Every quarterback in the league has bad passes, but their defenses don't let Matt Ryan run 30 yards on 3rd down. That was fucking gross. I almost threw up. I couldn't even finish my meal, man. I had some sliders. I couldn't even finish eating them shits. Almost threw that shit at the TV. Is Patrick Graham? Can we please talk about him? There's nothing to talk about, man. He's disappointing, and I was wrong because I saw Patrick Graham's defense in person. And I thought it was a good defense. I thought it looked good. Like I was like, okay, if he brings this over to the Raiders with the players we have or had, I thought we would be okay. But I was wrong, man. He doesn't seem to have a grasp. And I will say this. The players, just like the offense, the players have to make plays, man. There's no reason why somebody couldn't tackle Paris Campbell when he ran across the middle of the field and caught a pass. Somebody could have tackled him. Nobody did. So even when let's say I make a bad call as a defensive coordinator, I've done it. Shit, I coach high school football. I've done it. I've called some bad plays. You still have 11 guys on the field that should be able to make a play for you, even when you fuck up. Like I got my assistant defensive coach, my boy Briggs, right? College football player, linebacker. And sometimes when we run scout team, he suggests that let's make a bad play call on purpose because you have to be able to play even when the play is bad. So players still have to go make plays even if you call the wrong play as a defensive coordinator. And I never thought about it. It made perfect sense because it's not like I can just go in the middle of the play and say, wait, I didn't mean to call that. Let's call it different. You might call a play where you're blitzing the left side and they run to the right side. Your players still are on the field and have to make plays. You know what I'm saying? So even though Patrick Graham, to me, hasn't done a good job this year, the players on the field still are in position to where they can make a play because they're on the field. Somebody has to go make a play for you sometimes. Honcho, these mofos think all QBs in the NFL throw 100% completions except Carr. I can't even deal with them. Team is in a funk. I bet players expect to lose. Pablo, what's crazy is I thought that in the first quarter. But then in the second quarter, we kind of kicked up, and I said, okay, well, we might be all right. But at the end of the day, Patrick Graham Make sure we hit them likes and follow me on Instagram and Twitter. Subscribe to the channel, man. We almost, look, come on now. I'm trying to get to 20K this season. All right, come on, hold it down for the Playboy. But Patrick Graham and Josh McDaniels have not been good. But with that being said, the players could be better. Not every team that wins a football game has great coaches. But players make plays, man, and we're not doing it. We're not making plays. Josh, defense gotta be held accountable. Offense sluggish. Yeah, appreciate the super. You're right. Keith, appreciate the super. How many teams have beat us with drags and crossers? That's just, yeah, you're right. That's just, I don't even want to fucking think about that stat, because that's just horrible. Honcho, at least we getting a good draft pick. What have we done with draft picks? Trayvon Merrick isn't making any plays. I can't lie. That's my dog, but I don't know what's going on back there, man. And it's hard to see it because I don't got the all-22. So it's kind of hard to see what he's doing and why he's late to certain places. I don't want to speculate and just be like, oh, he sucks. I don't think he sucks because he didn't suck last year. I think that, he's not developing for whatever the reason is. Honcho, what do you think the solution is? I think the solution is buckle up because it's going to be a turbulent ride. It's going to be a rough season. And shit is going to get a lot worse. Shit is going to get a lot worse because now, with 7 losses, the chances of playoffs is probably out the window unless you start beating playoff contenders, right? But at that point, I mean, if there's no playoffs, it's going to be hard to keep the players engaged to perform at their highest level. I mean, it is what it is. It's not. We don't talk about everyone but Mark Davis. If you go watch my video, one of my last videos, Mark Davis is a fucking bum. Mark Davis is a fucking slouch. And I know y'all want to love Mark Davis because you love the shield and all that. Fuck that. Mark Davis is a fucking slouch. Mark Davis is a slouch. Especially if he don't fire somebody. Fuck it. I don't care if he's wrong. Fuck it. Somebody got to pay for this. Somebody's got to pay. Why people just blame one guy as a team sport? Because those people that do that are fucking sheep. They're fucking sheep. And somebody with a camera told them that that's what they should do, and that's what they're doing. You know what I'm saying? That's what happens. Because it wasn't always. There were some people who obviously weren't fans of Derek Carr. But let's keep it real. Last season, I would say there was a clear line drawn in the sand that says you're either on this side of the Derek Carr fence or you're on that side. And I don't believe in that. I don't believe in just flip-flopping what week makes it convenient for me to dislike somebody. At the end of the day, Derek Carr is a talented quarterback. Derek Carr has his flaws. Yes, Derek Carr is not elite. But at the end of the day, Derek Carr is good enough to win us games. Does he need help? Yes. But most quarterbacks in the NFL do need help. Eva, appreciate the super. We don't have playmakers. We also not playing 4 quarters, nor all sides of the ball. That's coaching. Not to mention we lost a few playmakers to IR. Yeah. But did we really lose playmakers to IR? Do we really know what the fuck is wrong with Hunter Renfro? Like, the fact that some of y'all think that having a better, like, y'all, I don't know. I don't want to speak for anybody. I really don't know what some of y'all be thinking. Jay, appreciate the super. After last year, Raiders needed stable front office and coaching staff. What's more important than stability? Keep trash coaching staff or keep current core players? That's the question for Mark Davis. I mean, at this point, you need to have something in place. And you're going to have turnover next season, which the Raiders seem to have so much turnover. Like, every year there's new faces and new places, new hires, like random people coming in, random free agents. So it's it's a lot of, it's hard to rebuild something without a foundation. And for some reason, whether it's the people who are doing the interviews, whether it's Mark Davis, whoever is bringing in these coaches to interview them, and the GMs, they're not picking guys that are solid individuals. Like I said, I believe in Ziegler. But I just don't believe in Josh McDaniels as a head coach. I don't. I just don't. I agree. Somebody needs to get fired. Like, how much worse could an interim defensive coordinator be right now? Like, if you let fucking the defensive backs coach the defense right now and call the defensive plays, how much worse could it look on defense? How much worse can it look? Right? Raider Sanchez, appreciate the super. Raiders fans are fickle, man. Speak without thinking. Yeah, they don't got time for that. They don't got time for that. They don't do a lot of thinking. They just do a lot of repeating shit that they heard somebody else say. Yeah, I believe in Ziegler, yo. I don't believe Ziegler should get fired. I think Patrick Graham should be fired. I believe he should be fired. I heard Magic Johnson died. Nah, get the fuck out of here. Don't be in my chat talking like that, yo. Don't do that. That shit not funny. That shit ain't cool at all, bro. But since you said it, I gotta go check.
Can I look it up?
I gotta look it up. That ain't funny, bro. I'm bugging. Nah, he's still living, boy. Man, y'all weird for that shit.
Yeah, go up.
No, boy, back up. He ain't dead. Go up what? What you talking about? All that shit say one day ago. What you talking about? Mr. Honcho, thank you for keeping it real. I mean, look, I just try to, you know, speak the truth from my perspective. Oh, you meant not Magic Johnson. You talking about the fighter? Oh, I'm not laughing, obviously, because somebody lost their life, but the mix-up is you know. But yeah, Rumble Johnson, yo, rest in peace. I don't think you can fire McDaniels right now because who else? I don't think you have anybody that can even game plan anything right now. I think Patrick Graham should go because I don't think that there's anybody on the staff that could do worse than Patrick Graham has. You know what I'm saying? Like, I would fire Graham first. Yo, stop getting in my chat talking about people died, yo. That shit ain't funny. I mean, Rob Ryan, yeah, Rob Ryan can do the job. We can't blame Graham for this. Come on. Are you fucking kidding me? Are you kidding me? You can't blame Patrick Graham? Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? You're joking, right? Is it Step Brothers? Oh. You gotta be kidding me. Young boy did not die, bro. Marcel Reese for interim coach? Nah. Man, Max yelling for help. Yeah, Max. I feel bad for Max. Max and Josh Jacobs and Devontae, man, are they really just trying to carry us, man. Yo, Honcho, what direction would you move to? Elaborate. Like, move to what for the rest of the season? The rest of the season is you just got to compete and evaluate your talent at this point. If the playoffs are not something you can actually, if you're numerically out of the playoffs, if you're scientifically out of the playoff, right? There's no way you can go to the playoffs. I think you play out the rest of the season with evaluating talent on who you want to be here next year. Period. So with that being said, I've seen enough of Josh McDaniels. So if you bring in a new coach and a coach that wants his own quarterback, then okay, go get you a new quarterback. I respect that. I'm okay with that. But I don't think I want to even see Josh McDaniels with a different quarterback. I don't want to see Josh McDaniels. Right? Now, towards the end of the season, maybe things start looking different. Things start looking better. It might change what my direction is going to be. Right? Travis, appreciate the super. How you feel about Josh saying that if players need motivational speeches, then they don't need to be in the NFL? That's a fact. Oh, at this point, pull a coach, give Stephen A a call. I respect it. Appreciate the super. Yeah, like that's what I was saying earlier in the live. Like, these are grown men. These are professional athletes. They should be able to do their fucking job. They should, even the ones that are second and third string are still the best in the world. Right? They're still some of the best athletes in the world. They should be able to do their job. You can draft defense, but even if you draft defense, you're going to have to develop them. So you're going to have to bring in some free agents, some guys who kind of already know what's up. G-Town, what's up, man? Appreciate the super. What's good, Honcho? Who do you think should be the best head coaching candidate for this team? That's hard, man. That's tough, man. That's tough. I think that if you look at building the offense the way you built it, I would want a coach that has experience with a high-flying offense. I mean, Sean Payton looks like somebody you would bring in for that situation. I really don't know. I really don't know who the candidates are, man. I mean, you know what I mean? But do you want to risk bringing in a defensive-minded coach so you have a good defense, but then your offense is whack because he's a defensive guy? Or do you go get somebody like a Harbaugh or Sean Payton, somebody who's offensive-minded, who works well with quarterbacks? I think if you brought somebody like Harbaugh or Sean Payton in, I think they're fine with Derek Carr. I honestly believe that. So that's something that fans are going to have to deal with. You want Sean Payton to come in. Well, Sean Payton is not going to go get a Lamar Jackson. That's not the kind of quarterback that I believe he wants to run his offense, or he would have liked Taysom Hill. Travis, appreciate the super. Can you shout out my pops? Hard time fans since 60. Yo, Travis Pierce, what's your pop's name, yo? I definitely shout your pops out. You ain't even had to pay for that, but ain't no refunds. But tell me his name, I'll give him a shout out. Carr's a career coach killer. Silver and black, change your name, bro. You must believe something else. He's a career coach killer. Stop playing with me. That's crazy. Oh, his name is Hard Time? Damn, my bad. Shit. What the fuck? Where the fuck y'all from? My man name. Hey, shout out Hard Time, man. It's your boy Raider Honcho. Shout out Hard Time, man. Been a fan for 60 plus, I think he said. Oh, fan 660? Yeah, yo, shout out to Hard Time, man. Yo, you a real one. You been a fan that long, cause it's hard out here in these streets. Yeah, I ain't know Hard Time was his name. He must, I don't want no problems. That's crazy. But yeah, shout out to Hard Time, man. Man, I appreciate you, Travis. But somebody asked me, out of all the positions, which is the most critical that we need to address? I know there's a lot. What is the most critical? I think the most critical, in my opinion, would be interior defensive line. I think getting a good DT, the scheme you're trying to run in a 4-2, you have to have two tackles who can get it done, who can control their gaps, right? So I know everybody wants to say linebackers or DBs, but having good DTs up there makes Max and Chandler better. You get Max and Chandler better, then the linebackers don't have to be as great. The DBs don't have to be as great. So I think interior line on defense, interior defensive line would be first for me. Because even if you have a great linebacker, like it's not going to do much if you don't have anybody who can plug the A gaps and a B gap, right? It's going to be one A gap and one B gap that has to be filled. So don't put this on right now. I can't watch it. Can Raiders hold a coach longer than 2 seasons? I mean, can Raiders hire a quality coach? I think that's the question. Like, we're always looking at what happens after we hire things or what happens after we do this. Like, let's be proactive. When are the Raiders just going to hire the right person? Pablo, how's your leg? Rehab going? It's going good. It's going good. I ain't Darren Waller and Hunter Renfro. Ain't no IR for me, baby. I ain't miss shit. I coached the whole football season on the sideline. I'm coaching basketball in the gym. I ain't miss no time, baby. My shit healing. I would fire Patrick Graham before I fire Josh McDaniels. And Mark Davis is a slouch in my opinion. I don't care what anybody says. Mark Davis is. He's done enough. He's done enough. He's done enough in my opinion. He's done enough.
Why don't you?
Shut up, bitch. Somebody said Derek Carr crying in the presser. I'm about to go to the presser right now and see what's up. Oh, this motherfucker is crying.
But obviously, later in the game, it couldn't.
Yo, you look like Uncle John.
How do you explain the difference?
Not my dog.
Started and the energy they had after those defensive plays.
Is he crying or my shit just ain't
It
HD?
definitely helped us.
Oh, no, he was crying.
Getting the ball out and all that.
Oh, the way he pacing around, bro.
For the momentum, right? For the sideline. Because we in the first quarter, we were killing ourselves with penalties. Really, the first quarter.
Yo, my
Penalty,
dog. My dog in shambles right
stuff
now.
like that, that hurt us. I didn't see the replays on them, so I don't know, what it was or anything like that.
Yo, the way you when you pace like that, yo, you trying to air somebody's shit out. I ain't gonna lie.
Helped our sideline.
I'm watching Derek Carr in the press conference. He looked like he crying. Or he looked like he about to, or was,
Derek,
or.
with your comments you just made a moment ago, I'm going to ask you a question not as a quarterback, as a captain. If you have guys on that team that maybe you don't think are giving maximum effort or buying in or whatever.
All right, Raiders 805.
How do you address that? How do you do it 9 games?
Yeah, my boy DC look like he done had enough, yo.
We had our leaders, and it's not even like something crazy, but it's just, we had our leaders address it man to man.
He's done, and he knows it.
And it was good. It needed to be done.
That sucks. He knows his time. His time is up here.
I think for me is I'm always going to just show the way. I'm going to show the way. Show him what it looks like.
I don't know, yo. He's airing it out. We had our leaders.
I told him that in the second quarter. I said, it's going to be hard. But we're going to come back and we're going to win this game. I believe it, It's going to be hard, though. It's not going to be easy. You got to do the hard things. Josh always preaches, do the hard things right.
I heard a lot of Raider fans lobbying against Vispasatia last year. Yeah, y'all shouldn't have did that. Carr's playing every trick.
Every time.
And
so
I don't know what the fuck
they
you're
addressed
talking
it. We addressed it. It's not a problem. It was addressed. It was good.
Damn, my boy going out
But
sad.
I think the emotion of just 9 years of stuff hit me today for how much I really love this place. And it's not going to change anything. I'm going to come out here, I'm going to fight, I'm going to compete next week, and that's what I'm going to do.
Love Carr, but he deserves better. He do, man. That's crazy. He definitely about to cry.
One play here, one play there. Does it include everyone from your coaching staff on down? Like, that's a lot of losses for one school to save just as like a play here.
Yeah, I mean, we all take accountability. I take accountability. Like I
That's
said,
crazy.
Like,
Hey, me, appreciate the super honcho. Raiders are getting a top 5 pick and trading it to a quarterback needy team. Defense is going pop off next year. I hope so. And I feel like that's what the Raiders would do too. I feel like if you're Josh McDaniels, why would you get rid of Derek Carr and get a brand new quarterback that have to reteach everything to? I would just trade the pick for a team that wants a new quarterback, and you just build your team. So then when you do move on from Derek Carr, you have all the other pieces in place too. You go get a quarterback next year, fine. Defense is still dog shit. Coaching staff is still dog shit. Like, offensive line is still dog shit. So at the end of the day, why wouldn't I want to go just make the team good and then go get a quarterback when the team is ready?
You know what I mean? And I think if everyone takes
this guy bleeds for us. Fire Josh McDaniels, and we will win with DC. I guarantee it.
Derek, I promise I'm not preying on your emotions here.
You're good.
But the same frustration you're
Nah,
having
son
in
was
terms
crying,
of
bro.
care or lack thereof from your teammates when you walking off the field.
I never thought I'd see the
reaction
day they
of
broke
the
my boy
fans.
DC, bro.
I'm assuming
They
you
broke that
obviously
man.
Understand their frustration as well, and maybe not taking it too
They
personally.
out of all the stuff he's been
I
through.
never take it personal. I'm just the one that's been here the longest.
Let me see what he. Oh, now he crying, bro.
Derek, I'm going to ask this: what you're trying to do, and this new staff, as far as
Sorry for being emotional. I'm just pissed off.
Oh shit! He said pissed off.
The things,
The new man.
Yo, y'all done drove my man to curse. Y'all done made that boy curse.
Derek, I promise I'm not preying on your emotions here.
You're good.
But the same frustration.
I had some older players that were here longer than me say, "Don't worry, it'll be your turn someday too." Jog off. I was like, "Oh yeah, that stuff happens. I'm mad at it too, so don't worry about it." Thank you, Derek. Appreciate it.
Damn, bro, y'all got my boy in here crying.
I had some older players that were here longer, but it's on all of us, But for me, I'm going to speak for myself.
Damn.
And take my coaching from Josh. He should be hard on me, like
Yeah, I just watched it. Yeah, boy was emotional.
Forward and all that, you know what I mean? And
I hope y'all happy, man. Y'all broke that man.
that's where you get better.
Y'all broke that man.
Derek, I promise I'm not preying on your emotions here.
Carr, career killer, most receivers the Raiders had. Their best seasons, or one of their best under Carr. I agree. I can't believe we lost to a high school coach. Yep. Damn, that's crazy, bro. Yeah, yo, he's pissed, man. That sucks, man. And some people don't realize that when they're saying, when they're, you know, bashing everybody. It's like some of these players
that were here longer
give
than me
more to their
say, "Don't
career
worry,
and more to their team than some of y'all ever gave in y'all whole life.
Oh, yeah.
That like that. Whether you like Derek Carr or not, man, he would die for this shit. For real, for real.
Appreciate it.
And it's just sad to see, you know, the way things are just going out, man. Even whether he's a Raider or not, it shouldn't have ended. It shouldn't have ended like this. It shouldn't have ended like this. Shouldn't have ended like this. That's just fucking. That's sick, man. That's sick, bro. They broke that man. This organization broke that man. Honestly, that shit is terrible. That shit is really, really terrible, yo.
Stop.
Ain't nothing I can
Are we
do.
doing holiday shopping this year?
Shut up, bitch. Get off my screen. Dude deserves better, for real. Let him go to a good team. Yeah, but I don't even think he would want that. I think he wants people to just do the right things around him. Do the right things around him. Carr ain't playing for another team. Who is he pissed at? I think he's just pissed at... the organization, man. Just like in 9 years, they have failed to put together a competent franchise, man. Like, you drafted him in his second or third year, he goes to the fucking playoffs. Like, how do you fall off from that so far? Because you're bringing in new coaches, new offensive coordinators. So now at this point in his career, he's probably just looking back like, damn, bro, in the blink of an eye, I was 12-4, going to the playoffs, broke my fucking leg, and when I came back, shit has been dog shit since. Like, that's crazy, man. Like, that's fucking crazy. So I think he's just pissed at the organization that, like, I'm a good enough quarterback in the NFL. If I wasn't, y'all would have moved on from me. Y'all got rid of coaches, but y'all would have moved on from me if I wasn't good enough. And I think he looks at it as like, I'm good enough to succeed in the NFL because I've succeeded even in spite of y'all being a fucking lackluster franchise. And now he's looking at it like, wow, 9 years, like I'm probably done here. I probably won't play next year for the Raiders. And all I have to show for it is a fucking losing record. That's tough, man. That's tough. That's tough. But that's the business, man. Josh, my organization has failed DC. Enough said. That's facts. That's facts. Regardless of all that you saying, Shad, regardless of all that you saying, it's not about accepting an invitation to a pity party. Like, I mean, grow the fuck up, bro. Like, Morrow didn't drop that pass today. Foster Moreau did not drop that pass because the ball was placed in the wrong spot. So you can talk about all the flaws that Derek Carr has. Derek Carr is good enough to win in the NFL, period. That's all we're talking about. That's all I'm saying. Derek Carr is good enough to win in the NFL. And somehow he's better than quarterbacks that are winning more. You can't just blame that all on him. It doesn't make sense. There's quarterbacks that he's better than that are winning more than him because the franchise is putting things around him to be successful. It's not just going to get the best receiver in the NFL. It's not. Because for some reason, y'all think that the line, is only giving up pressures on 56% of the time. That's a fucking lot. That means half the time he's dropping back, he's getting fucking hit or pressured. So, I mean, look, at the end of the day, y'all going to feel however y'all want to feel about Carr. I'm not here to argue that. That's your prerogative. You can have whatever feelings, ideas, or narratives you want about Derek Carr. Derek Carr is good enough to win in this game. He's not perfect by any stretch of the imagination, but he's good enough to win. And the fact that the Raiders have been this bad for this long with him is more about the franchise than it is about him. Because this is not basketball where one guy can just carry you night after night and get you triple doubles, and that's the game. Because in basketball, that star player that can score 40 also can guard the other guy from scoring 40. It's not like that in football. It's 11-man. Or offense, defense, special teams. Everybody has to be playing well. And at the end of the day, it is what it is. Raider Gaines, appreciate you. Okay, Oakland, you made your point. Lift the curse. Yeah, it seems like we're cursed, right? Jaden Benz, I mean, that's bullshit, but... Who's the defensive player that could have fallen on fumble? I think that was Butler, Darion Butler, I think. Scott. I will choke the shit out you, bro. And Matt Salitri. Oh, my God. It's just crazy to me. It's crazy to me that anybody could just watch these games for 4 quarters. This is another game the Raiders had a lead in the 4th quarter and they lost. Like, at some point, like, y'all have to understand that it's not... Like, okay, you get the #1 pick, you get Bryce Young. Oh, I'm so happy I got Bryce Young. But Patrick Graham is still your defensive coordinator, and you still have no secondary, no linebackers, no DTs. You know what I mean? What happens now? I mean, you probably just continue fucking losing at this point. I mean, if you can't make the playoffs, then I think you're just evaluating players. Carr still hasn't taken more of an aggressive approach to leading this team. How the fuck do you know that? Like, how do y'all make personal assumptions about people that you don't fucking know? Like, what would an aggressive approach to leadership look like to you? Like, what the fuck does that look like to you? Like, I would love for the people that say somebody's not a leader to show me what a leader is. You're probably not even a fucking staff leader at your job. You're probably not a leader in it. You probably never was a line leader in school. But you'll be the people talking about he doesn't show any leadership. What the fuck does leadership look like for you to say he's not doing it? Come on, bro. Like, y'all just be saying shit. He hasn't taken a more aggressive approach. A more aggressive approach? The fuck are you talking about? He's throwing it to the fucking people. The people have to catch the ball. What more aggressive approach do you want? How about when you get hurt and don't miss a game? How about when you don't miss a practice? Like, what are you talking about? Like, him making a bad throw is not a leadership indictment. No, you can criticize Carr on this channel, but don't be a fucking idiot on this channel. There's other places you can go do that for free. Like, I'm not here saying Carr is perfect, Carr is great, none of that. But to sit here and say he hasn't approached leadership more aggressively this year is like, what are you talking about? Like, what are you talking about? I don't know what you want the man to do. As terrible as Derek Carr is, somehow he has your team in a game every game. Every game, Derek Carr is giving us you a chance to win every game. Whether they win or lose is not my point. But he's so terrible that he still gives you a chance to win every game. And y'all be shutting the fuck up until some bad shit happens. And then it's like, you know what? Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Get rid of him. Like, that's some sucker shit, bro. Average QB, average leader? What are you talking about, bro? Like, that's crazy. That's crazy. The passes to Hollins, are they bad passes or catchable? I don't know which ones you're talking about. But was the pass to Foster Moreau in the end zone on 3rd down catchable or not? Was it catchable or not? Stop picking and choosing where you want to give somebody credit for. If you had to put a 1 to 10 on Derek Carr, what is he, a 7? What is he, a 7? 8? What is he? Yeah, I saw Carr was crying in the presser. I did see that. Like, you had 2 drops on the same drive. And yet it's like ball placement. The ball hit those bitches in the hands. What are you talking about? Like, everybody that talks about Derek Carr talks about him being a great leader. And that's the one thing you're going to attack is he's not an aggressive leader. Like, what the fuck are you talking about? Leadership, the fact that he hasn't named somebody in the fucking press conference of why the team sucks. Because I'm sure he got plenty of people he can blame it on. That's leadership right there. Even appreciate the super. The fact that he is emotional shows how invested he is in this team. To me, that's a leader. If you ain't invested, you ain't a leader. Yeah, I appreciate the super, but at the end of the day, people are going to be like, he's just crying because he knows he's going to get cut next year. Like, okay. Like, shit don't make no sense. Like, y'all just be in here like, let me think of the dumbest shit I can say right now. All right. Send. Man, come on, y'all. G-Town, appreciate the super honcho. Let's keep it real. Some of these Raider fans be following what guys like Wasted Talent and Docs be saying about DC. They can't think for themselves, calling how I see it, no cap. G-Town, I appreciate the super. I don't know. I haven't watched a Docs or Wasted Live in a long time, so I don't know what their opinions are, Derek Carr. But I do agree that a lot of people that go chat to chat will take the opinion of somebody they look up to or influenced by, and that becomes their opinion. You can't blame Wasted or Docs for that. Wasted or Docs are allowed to have their own opinions based on what they're seeing. But what happens is when you have a platform, you're influential. And I think people that are in those chats can be influenced by somebody they look up to or somebody they feel has a big platform, and then that becomes their opinion as well. So I don't disagree with what you're saying. I just can't co-sign it because I don't be on Docs' lives or Wasted's lives like that. Bobby, Carr is still my quarterback. Ain't all on him. I mean, look, at the end of the day, Carr made some big plays out there today. Carr moved the pocket today. Carr was using mobility today. Carr did a lot of things out there that winning quarterbacks do. But the defense did a lot of things out there that losing defenses do. And we're not being consistent with where we're placing this blame. That's what's frustrating for me. Y'all make it seem like I'm in here mad because Derek Carr, it's not about Derek Carr. Y'all be on his dick more than I do. I just think Derek Carr's not terrible. That's it. That could be the end of the discussion. Hey, Honcho, do you think Derek Carr is terrible? No. Is he great? No. End of the conversation. But when you come to me as a conversation as we got to move on from Carr, that's why we've been losing for 9 years. It's like, no. I can't do that. So Honcho, be on Carr. Nah, chill out. Chill out, OB. Chill. Yeah, I'm mad. I blew a lot of money on this game today because I hit all my parlays except for the Raiders fucking covering 4.5. So that sucked. I just think that look. In my opinion, Derek Carr is good enough. I know the money situation is fucked up, right? So let me make sure I put that out there. I don't really do the logistics. I don't do any stats or bookkeeping. I don't know the financial situation. But to me, without money being involved, I think Derek Carr is good enough that you keep Derek Carr, draft a young QB, build the defense, build the team, so then when you do move on from Derek Carr, you have a good team in place that a quarterback can come to and be successful. Why would I want to bring a young quarterback into this bullshit cesspool of a franchise? Why would I do that? Why would I bring, look at Tua. Why would I bring Tua to a team like this? But you bring Tua in to a team that has great defense and is building a culture, didn't have a culture yet, but building the culture in the right way. He looked like dog shit his first couple times out there. Right? But then you find the coach that works with it and it looks different now. So at the end of the day, you can keep saying get a new quarterback, get a new quarterback, get a new quarterback. Most of the teams that are winning have the same fucking quarterback they had even when they was losing. The same guys. Josh Allen wasn't winning 20 fucking games a season. Kirk Cousins wasn't winning a whole bunch of fucking games. Like, these guys that are winning games now were also guys that were losing games. You didn't just get rid of the fucking quarterback. G-Town. Or even a Lamar Jackson. Yeah. Honcho, always appreciate insight. You point out a lot of things about the defense. Look. I don't want it to be like I'm blaming the defense. I thought the defense got some good stops for us today. The defense gave us the ball in some good positions. But at the end of the day, you needed that 3rd and 5 stop, and you let Matt Ryan run for 39 yards. Exactly, Zach. Exactly. Geno Smith. This is a guy who's winning ball games, who was a fucking bum, who lost to Derek Carr. A fucking bum. So what I'm saying to you is that, when you look at these teams that are having success now, they didn't just keep going to get a quarterback, going to get a quarterback. They stick with the guys and develop them and get them better. Build the culture around them. So I'm not saying keep Derek Carr. But don't get rid of him until you have an actual fucking team that you can bring a guy into. I'm getting sick and tired of getting sick and tired. Yes. That's the life of a Raiders fan. Preach, Honcho, our team needs a better team and coaching staff. I just think that that's not that hard to understand. And if anybody doesn't want to say that, or anybody doesn't believe that, I don't believe they know as much as they say they know. And that goes for anybody. That goes for anybody. If you think you're just going to go in here and get a rookie quarterback and come in here and remove Derek Carr, let's remove Derek Carr, put a rookie quarterback in there, you think that the team is better, who would say that? No, you know what they'll say? They'll say, well, no, then you get defense, and then you get those things, and then you get, so get all those things and keep the quarterback. And then when those things start, you start winning 10 games a year, 11 games a year, playoff berth. Now you move on from the quarterback and you upgrade the quarterback because you've already got the team in place. Camera angle. So I think that's what it comes down to. I think that's what it comes down to. You got to have a good team for a young player to come to and be successful. I think to just hand over the reins to a Bryce Young and say, here, deal with this bullshit, I think you would ruin his fucking career. How do you know if a coach is good if you don't give him a chance to get his players? Because let's be real, we wasn't world beaters. Well, a coach ain't good if he's only good if the players are good. That don't make a good coach. That makes the players good. Good coaches get the most from their players, regardless of who they are. Doesn't mean you win games. But do you really think that Josh McDaniels is getting the most out of the roster he has right now? So to me, that looks like he's not a good coach. Carr was crying. I think they told him he's out. I don't know if that's why he was crying. I don't know why he was crying. I mean, he could be crying just because he's pissed off, man. He could be pissed off. And he could be on his way out. It could be both. I mean, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Jay, 0-14 on first down against Pats. They go 3-4 on third downs off the rip. Can't deal with that BS. Carr only one showing emotion besides Adams and Crosby. I mean, yeah, true. True. I don't think Dak Prescott makes this team better. I don't. I think the more points we score, the more points the defense gives up. Your argument would make more sense if Derek Carr, year 1 or 2 for Derek Carr, but it's year 9, enough is enough. First of all, Eric, I don't remember arguing with your ass. I don't know what the fuck you talking about, my argument. I think I made a statement. There ain't no fucking argument. I don't know what you're talking about. My point is if you're a good coach, you get the best from your players. I don't think he's getting the best from his players. The players have looked better under different coaches. So how do you not point at the coach at some point? Need a big arm that's mobile at times. I agree. Derek Carr has no leadership. Okay. That's cool. I'm not sure where you think we're going to go with that. This sucks, man. Like, this is just a bad... Yeah, this was just bad. This is a bad loss. I know it's damn near every pass play. They go deep routes, and we always check it down. I just can't. Like, it's like a blur, man. The game ends, and it's just like a blur to me. Like, wow, 4 quarters went by that fast, and we just did nothing. Like, we're just not good enough, man. We're just not good. I hope we keep Carr and fix the defense. I don't see how. If you're committed to Josh McDaniels, I think the likelihood of keeping Derek Carr is like 50-50 right now, depending how the rest of the season goes. Because I think Josh McDaniels will probably believe and tell people that it's not his play calling, it's the person who's trying to execute the plays. I think that's what he would say. From a Bengals fans, Raiders suck. Damn, bro. Mark Davis is a bum. He's a slouch. We're just not good enough, period. But that's the thing, though. Is like I feel like we have enough talent to be better. And if you're not getting the most out of your talent, somebody has to pay for that. We've seen Derek Carr play with other coaches, and he hasn't looked like this. So, I mean, at some point, either you're going to say he just fell off a fucking cliff or there's something going on. To Resilient, appreciate the super. They want to get rid of Carr when the offense drops the ball often, never consistent. Let's get a QB to lose better. At least the hope won't be there. I guess I can see what you're saying. You know, like fuck it, we're gonna lose anyway. We might as well lose with a quarterback that I like. I guess that's what people are saying. But I just don't think. I think if you're gonna bring in a new quarterback, you have to have other things in place. You got to have other things in place. No, Foster dropped that pass. I appreciate you being a real one, Honcho. Hey, Terrence, appreciate you. I think Foster dropped that pass. Not bad. He dropped it. It has to be a catch. Nah, we're not doing that. We're not fucking doing that. Because if Derek Carr gets stripped by a defensive lineman 3 times his size, you're still bitching that he fumbled it. So fuck that. He dropped that ball. So fuck all that other shit. My brother from the start, I know DC wasn't the problem, and I was in for drafting a QB, but what fans don't understand is that we never drafted well during DC time with us. Omar, appreciate the super. You ain't lying. You ain't lying. We've had some poor drafts. I mean, even if you think about this draft, you talk about us drafting all those fucking running backs, they don't seem to be doing shit, right? You took Parm first. Parm's not great. I mean, I understand it takes time, but you can even argue that Colton Miller has regressed. You got nothing from Hunter Renfrow when he was healthy. It's just, to me, the red flags point to other things, right? It's not just the quarterback. Like the way we're losing games is not, it doesn't just scream, you need a new quarterback. Yes, there are plays in there that scream, you need a new quarterback, but the overall totality of the game, to me, hasn't been, outside of the Saints game and the Chargers game were just awful for Derek Carr. But outside of that, I mean, he's played well enough to win these games. It might not be what y'all want. It might not be the 400 yards and yada. It might not be that. But he's played well enough to win games. I would draft a QB if one was available that I liked. I would, maybe not with the first 3-4 picks, but if there was a QB I can get in the second round, I would draft and develop, put him behind Carr while he learns McDaniel's system. Derek Carr stays doing what he's been doing, trying to keep a Band-Aid on everything, trying to keep everything together while you're building that defense, you're building the positions that matter the most. And then when all that shit is ready, the table has been set, you let the fucking young boy eat. That's just how I think you do it, man. This whole idea of like, we're just going to get a quarterback and he's going to be a day one starter. Well, we're not saying he's a day one starter. Okay, so if he's not a day one starter, then why are you getting rid of a day one starter? But this shit just looks terrible. What other team in the NFL has a team that looks like this? What other franchise has to answer the questions we answer? Have, like, the product be poorly, like, the product just not executing on the field? Like, what other franchise team looks like this? This looks fucking awful. You can watch any press conference from the NFL. Nothing looks like the Raiders press conference. This shit looks like a fucking funeral every weekend. It's crazy. Sidney Jones. I don't have shit to say about that. Middle of the field has been open all season. Stud linebacker is a must-have. Yeah. I did see Carr crying at the press conference. Ray, what's up? You need studs on defense, but you also need a scheme that fits. Yeah, it's rough, man. It's a rough season so far. It's been a rough season. But make sure you hit them likes. Make sure you follow me on Instagram and Twitter, both at Raider Honcho. Make sure you subscribe to the channel, man. We're trying to do some big things over here. Thinking about starting a podcast with some guests and doing it for real. You know what I'm saying? It's not a sad day for Raider Nation. I think it's been a sad season. And, you know, when they say time heals all wounds. It's like time in our situation just makes it so much more permanent that we suck. It's fucking permanent. Like, we suck this year. Honcho, this has to be the worst Raiders team I've ever seen. I have been watching for 39 years. They are done. Corey, like, you ain't lying, man. I told my son that I said this might be the worst team I've seen, especially when you think of the talent we have. Like, you have Devontae, Jacobs, Carr, and that offense just looks like they can't fucking get out of their own way. It's just, I don't even know if it's play calling. I don't know if it's execution. I don't know if it's the route trees. I just don't get it, man. It just looks so bad. I don't know why it has to look this bad. G-Town, this organization hasn't drafted a difference maker in the first round since Khalil Mack, and y'all trust the organization to do the right thing. Yeah, that's a fact too. That's a fact too. Lack of pride is... I don't want to say that because I don't know these players personally. I'm not in the locker room. I don't know what they're saying to each other. I can't see everybody on the sideline, how they're interacting with each other. I don't want to say it's a pride thing. I just think they're not being developed. They're not being put in the positions to be successful. It's very reminiscent of when we had Paul Gunther. Like, Gunther's defense was like, you have good players, and like they're just never in the right position. Like, we're all over the place. Like, Matt Ryan running for a 40-yard run on fucking 35 is just, it's just despicable. You can't have it. Raider Sanchez, appreciate the super. The changing of coaching every 2 years has hindered us. I am very tired of this crap. We deserve better as fans. The loss was not on Carr. I already told y'all that Mark Davis gave y'all a big middle finger, or gave us a big middle finger when he came out publicly and said that he was going to ride with McDaniels. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you're not putting any pressure on your coaching staff to do better. You're not putting any pressure on the players to do better. Like, it's almost like business as usual. Like, my pockets is good. My bottom line is good. I really don't give a fuck how you fans feel. You guys are fanatics. You guys are worshipers. You guys are going to be ride or die no matter what. I don't give a fuck what the product looks like. And that's what he's doing, man. He don't give a fuck about us. Like, how do you not fire the defensive coordinator right now? Unless Josh McDaniels is like, you can't fire my defensive coordinator. I'd be like, bitch, I'll fire you and him. Y'all can share a cab home. Like, it's just not good. It's not good. And yeah, we might look back in 10 years and be like, remember when everybody was so down on Josh McDaniels? Well, listen, the future don't fucking exist. Only thing that exists is right now. Right now, Josh McDaniels does not look like a fucking good head coach. Period. I disagree. We should trust the process. Which process do you want to trust? I don't trust Mark Davis's process. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't trust Mark Davis's process. Now, if you mean trust McDaniels and Patrick Graham, maybe. If you catch me on a Monday or Tuesday after I drink some Hennessy, I might be like, you know what, fuck it. I trust him. I trust the process. But as of right now, after seeing what I'm just seeing and being a prisoner of the moment and seeming like these moments are very consistent, I don't see a process. I don't see a process. I see a window that's closing that was open when Gruden came here, when you talked about building a little bit of a culture, having a persona, and that window being held open by a fucking bobby pin last year when you made the playoffs, and you thought you were going to be able to squeeze the window open a little more with bringing back essentially the same players and then adding Devontae Adams, and adding Josh McDaniels and Patrick Graham. They told us we were just revamping that playoff team. Come to find out, you made the team worse. No feelings involved, just the fact of the matter, right? The fact of the matter is the team is worse. I could never quit watching. I'm watching every game, and I'm hoping they win every game. Like, watching them lose is just not something I signed up for. McDaniels, we got to... I don't know what you're saying. A disruptive defensive tackle would have changed this whole season. Jalen Carter. I mean, yeah, we've been told y'all we needed a DT. When everybody asked me what our record was going to be this year, and I said we probably win less games than we did last year, and everybody's like, well, how are we going to do that when we won 10 last year and we're better this year? I said, how did we get better this year? We still don't have no linebackers, no DBs, and no DTs. I tried to tell y'all. Y'all didn't want to listen. Y'all wanted to listen to everybody else that said, no, Devontae now. The same guys who hated Derek Carr told you Derek Carr was going to be an MVP this year. And now they back to saying Derek Carr ain't shit and we should trade him. So how do you trust those guys? The same guys who are sitting here telling you we should get rid of Derek Carr are the same guys that told you Derek Carr was going to have an MVP season. So how the fuck do you trust them? Crazy. Crazy. That just ain't Mitch's chat where fans be saying that. People say that shit everywhere. But yo, I got like 6 minutes left on here, man. Get your questions in, yo. I gotta get ready for the week. I got a big week, man. I got rehab. I get to finally go back to working out and shit. So I got a big week. I gotta step up this week. I've been doing a bunch of bullshit, and I'm about to eat that slider I threw away. You speak to this fan base the way they deserve to be spoken to. I appreciate that. Thank you, King of Kings. I appreciate that. No, I wasn't. I've been wanting Carr gone since we had. Well, I'm not talking about you, Rakato. Well, I don't know how to say that shit. I'm not talking about people that be in the chats. I'm talking about the people that have platforms. Trust me, there's plenty of people that have platforms that said Derek Carr returned to MVP form. After you said you would get rid of him last year, then they get Devontae, you wanted to keep him, and now you want to get rid of him again. My point is, how can you trust people that keep flip-flopping? Timmy, appreciate that. I try, even though it's uncomfortable. Some things I say might make it hard to smile, but it is what it is. Like, I'm not here to, I don't have personal relationships, or I don't have any emotions attached to my opinions. My opinions are attached to facts. Some people are emotionally invested in their opinions, which means they can't change those opinions unless they change those feelings. And, some people that are emotional are going to make emotional decisions and have an emotional opinion. I don't have none of that. I can be frustrated, but my line of work, first of all, being a parent, being a coach, being somebody a pillar in the community, being like, I don't have room to make decisions based off my emotions. I've constantly have to put emotions aside to try to think of what's the most rational thing. So when I watch football, yeah, it sucks. I be frustrated, but I'm never going to be irrational about it and drink a whole bunch of fucking beers and say a whole bunch of shit that I'm going to regret. But since I said it and I have too much pride to change it, I'm going to stick with it and try to make it make sense. Like, I'm not going to do that. Honcho, was that a big drop on the last drop? Yes. Foster needed to catch that. That was a touchdown. I jumped off the couch, even though my Achilles is recovering. I jumped off the couch probably higher than I jumped in months. Damn near almost re-ruptured my shit just to find out the fucking ball was rolling on the ground. God damn it. Honcho, you do keep it 100. That's why I watch your YouTube. Jamal, I appreciate that. That's all I can do. What would I be if, like, I don't do the propaganda. I don't do the pandering. I know I can come on here and say like 6 statements that would make everybody be in my chat, everybody send money, everybody subscribe to the channel. But then I would be married to those 6 things, and I would constantly have to say them because I built myself a reputation on that standpoint. So for me, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that because that's how you become miserable. Like, I'm not going to do that. I can say something. I was wrong. I've been wrong before. I'll be wrong again. Nobody's perfect. But I just feel like I'm going to speak to the best of my abilities on what I think is factual, not what I think I feel. Mo Dizzle, that whatever you sent in that chat is too long for me to read. You got to put some money on that. If we get a high pick, which direction you think we should go? I think if you get a high pick, see, there's no other quarterbacks outside of, I don't know if I trust Stroud to give him the keys to the franchise. I think if you don't get Bryce, then I feel like I would trade that pick and get multiple picks for somebody who wants to take a chance on Stroud. And I would continue to build my team for the future, even if Derek Carr's not a part of that future. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's what I would do. Because I think you can win with Derek Carr, but you can't win with a 30th ranked defense. It's just not going to work. Yeah, Carr was crying in the post-game press conference. Mo Dizzle, damn, Mo Dizzle, you a real one for that. Last 2 years in one-score games, 70-plus win percentage. This year, 0-6. It's the QB's fault, but a head coach that is 200 win record is good to go. I agree. If you take a team that was winning, they went 5-2 in 7 games where it was one-score games, and now they're 0 whatever, it's the same quarterback. So how the fuck are you blaming him? Crazy. I agree, though. Good point. I appreciate you, the super, too, man. Thank you so much. Yeah, I made Mo Dizzle come out the pocket. You know what I'm saying? He had you know what I'm saying? He a real one for doing it, though. Smartest content creator for Raiders. I appreciate that. I ain't that smart because I don't know how the fuck to say your name. Gord Peterson? I'm sorry, man. All right, y'all about to get up out of here, man. Y'all got 30 seconds to ask me whatever you want, yo. 30 seconds. 2-minute drill. And if it's the Raiders defense, I'm gonna fucking give up everything because that's what we do in the 2-minute drill. We fucking suck. Waller got paid and checked out. Waller's looking for the future. Why does Carr look different from last year when we added Adams? I think because he's in a different scheme. He's in a fucking different scheme than last year. So he's doing things differently than he did last year. I think if it was the same exact scheme and you just added Devontae to it, we'd be rolling. But you added Devontae to a scheme that even Carr didn't know yet. So, I mean, yeah, it's going to look crazy. Yo, take care of that Achilles. I'm out. Ricardo, appreciate that. I'm good, man. I'm good. Thank you. Best pizza in New York. I don't fucking know. I don't live in New York. I'm from Jersey, boy. I'm from fucking Jersey. Chris Gang, appreciate you, man. Thank you so much, man. I know you be pulling up. Sometimes I don't be shouting you out enough, man. You one of the OGs. You been here for a minute. You seen the growth. You know what I'm saying? Pause. Who's your bridge QB back? Man, fuck it. I ain't reading that shit. You keep it real. I never got that Honcho much from last year. Oh, Mo Dizzle, I got. Oh, Mo Dizzle, I got you. You got to send me that shit private, bro. Let me put that shit in the chat. Yo, make sure you're subscribed to the channel, man. Hit me up on Instagram and Twitter. Both at Raider Honcho, man. Until next time, as always, Raider Honcho out.